If you've got some great ideas but people are not buying, then it's good to be able to ask them, what are you really after? But sometimes people are not going to be available for those sort of questions, those sort of one-on-one interviews. And that's where a survey can come in really handy. So too, if you are losing customers, it's really, really helpful to be able to find out what it is that brought them in the first place and why they didn't stay around. So too, if you've got a team and you have got a problem with staff retention, you find it really hard to keep the good staff, then a survey can come in really handy there to find out what it is that's driving them. And one thing that a survey allows you to do is create an environment where it's easier for people to answer, where they may not do it when they're in a one-on-one conversation with you. So I'm going to show you a tool here which makes beautiful, clean surveys called SurveySparrow. Now, SurveySparrow, it doesn't require any coding skills. It's really, really easy to set up, and beautiful, elegant surveys. And an elegant survey is not just elegant for you, to make it easy for you to create, it also makes it more delightful for people to respond to. Now, just before we continue, I want to say thank you to SurveySparrow for sponsoring this video. A lot of the people watching this channel are running some sort of business or side gig, and maybe they're running their own YouTube channel for that matter. Well, they have to really be the technical support for themselves. And so because of that, I'm really keen to show software that is easy to learn, that's fast to learn and easy to use. And SurveySparrow certainly fits the bill when it comes to all of that. Let me show you. Okay, once you log into SurveySparrow, you can set up a new survey really easily. Now, you can start it from scratch or you can work from a template. And so there are all kinds of templates: customer satisfaction survey for business. Hey, how happy were you? What was your experience? There are plenty of other options here, and you can even browse more. Employee ones are also, I think, pretty helpful because people feel listened to, and you know what it is that you are going to, what you should do in terms of training, in terms of helping people really just keep that staff retention and keep that motivation up nice and high. So you could select a survey just like this. You can change all things like these colors and fonts and so on. So this is just a simple yes no question, okay? And you can add more questions. You can see how well do we fit in. So this is giving a range of answers. Yeah, I completely fit in with this, or I fit in a little, or I struggle to, whatever. Okay, so you see how this works. This is really, really easy working off this template. You could change the wording of any of these questions or these answers for that matter. Let's just go back to creating a brand new survey from scratch, and you could do that just by going start from blank. Okay, so I'm going to do one for software learning. How do people like to learn? And here's where I can add a question, and so that might be just a free text question. Okay, each month. And then that's going to give me an indication, because if they say, look, you know, as little as possible, or I'll spend 15 minutes a month, then there's no point me going and creating a 4-hour video course. Add some other questions, which is how do you like to learn new software? Short videos. You can see you've got so many different options here. We saw the yes no one before. You could include links to a website. You could have photos in there, videos. There's a whole lot of options here, right? Now, when it comes to designing the survey, you can change the colors of the buttons. Look at this button here. We can change that button style from filled to just the border. See, there's the border there. And change the font. You can show the progress bar, and that's probably a good idea for letting people know, hey, this is how far along you are in the survey. And that kind of gives them an incentive so that they don't feel, oh, like how many questions are there in this thing? Now, you can give the survey a really nice, clean URL as well. Of course, sharing the survey is super easy. You can create a link a URL, send it via email, social, embed it in a website, even give people a QR code to scan so they get straight access to the survey, SMS, Microsoft Teams, Slack, and of course the survey looks beautiful also on mobile. Now the notifications thing is important because this allows you to send a thank you message to people after they have completed the survey, and maybe you might include a little gift. Hey, thanks for your answer. Based on your answer here, you might like to watch this short video which we've prepared as a free gift for you. And that video could be something that's going to be valuable for the sort of people who are filling in the survey. Now, of course, a survey is only good as the responses you get. And so you can look at the responses. Of course, I've only just created this survey and I don't have any responses, but look at this. But what you can do is fill in some sample responses. And so you could say, hey, give me 10 responses because I've got some multiple choice questions or yes, no questions, and just generate some responses. And now this is a good way to create some sample data really, really quickly. And then once you do that, you might say, you know what, that question, I should ask a follow-up question related to that. Or else you might say, that question isn't really clear. It's not really worded that well. So let me tweak it. You get some nice graphical overviews of how people are responding. Of course, this is going to be worth a lot more once you've actually got some real data and not just made up ones like I created. Now, if you are a consultant to other businesses, then have a look at some of the features here, because you could create surveys for some of your clients. You can create recurring surveys to keep their own customers continually engaged, and you can white label the surveys as well. So you could actually sell a survey service. That's a bit hard to say. Now, there is an affiliate link in the description below if you do want to sign up for a free trial of SurveySparrow and send out a couple of surveys, find out what it is that your audience is actually after.